issue of how does archaeology relate with the Book of Mormon. Are you doing this? Not that I'm aware of. Very few LDS are doing this. We're both guilty here. I'm not trying to point fingers at just the critics. I'm saying, folks, now that the glyphs have been translated, we ought to get on the stick here. We ought to get on the ball. Put the video games away and start reading some texts. Here's another very interesting text. Loretta Sejourni, Burning Water, Thought and Religion in Ancient Mexico. She has a very interesting text here. It's 200 pages, 190 pages, discussing more of the religious thought of ancient Mexico. The big one is Linda Sheely, David Friedel, and Joy Parker, Maya Cosmos, 3,000 Years on the Shaman's Path. This book completely obliterates the ancient Mayan thought that we understood up to the date that they published this, which is 1993. Because what she shows is the Mayan were far and away more interested in astronomy than we had ever heretofore supposed. In fact, their entire religious and mythological system is based upon the position of the Milky Way in the sky and the astronomical processes occurring with the stars, exactly like ancient Egypt, as several scholars have now shown that. Have you read this text yet? Any of us? Another text is Galactic Alignment, which is an extremely interesting book by John Major Jenkins. He's an independent Mayan scholar. He talks about the transformation of consciousness according to Mayan, Egyptian, and Vedic traditions. What he has done is he is putting the context of the Mayan alignment of their buildings to the cosmos and their calendar. He is tying that in with other world civilizations, namely the ancient Egyptian and the Indian civilization. So, in order to understand the Mayan cosmos, religion, culture, thought processes, it's not enough just to study Mesoamerica. There is even a larger context from that, and that gets into world religions. Are you beginning to get the feel here of how just these studies to see whether archaeology proves or disproves the Book of Mormon, it's not so simple. Folks, there's well over 2,000 pages right there. And I am nowhere near done yet. Don't change that channel. I'm not finished with you yet. William Sullivan, The Secret of the Incas. Phenomenal text. Maya Sheely and David Friedel and Joy Parker showed that the Mayans were involved in archaeoastronomy, in the astronomical processes that affected their life on Earth, the architecture of their buildings, the rituals of their religions, the philosophy of their lives. Now, William Sullivan has shown the same thing is not only occurring in the Mayan systems, but it's also in the Incan systems, all the way down in South America. So this is a much broader cultural context than we have heretofore supposed. This is important to understand. And then, of course, the real famous one by John Major Jenkins, the famous alignment that's going to occur 2012, the Galactic Alignment, the Maya Cosmogenesis 2012, where he discusses the importance of the different Mayan ages and how the age is coming to an end in 2012. That's in, let's see, 2008. 8 from 12 is 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. See, ain't math grand? In 4 years, we're going to have a galactic alignment that occurs because of the precession of the equinoxes, and it only occurs once every 26,000 years. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, we may live to see this phenomenal cosmological event. Pretty interesting. John Major Jenkins. Have you read this yet? There's a whole lot more going on than we have supposed. Now, anybody who studies archaeoastronomy is going to recognize this name, Dr. E.C. Krupp, Beyond the Blue Horizon, where he discusses the various sky sciences of various ancient civilizations, including the Mesoamerican, the African, the Egyptian, the Indian, the North American Indian. Very interesting text. We're almost up to 3,000 pages of information already, and I am still nowhere near done yet. You getting the point? There's a lot of work to be done, guys and gals. There's a lot of work before we can even begin having a rational, intelligent conversation of how the Book of Mormon fits into Mesoamerican culture, right? Mysteries of the Mexican Pyramids by Peter Tompkins. Absolutely fascinating text on the alignments of the various pyramids throughout Mesoamerica. Archaeoastronomy again. This is one of the big themes. One of the huge themes. Again, Dr. E.C. Krupp echoes of the ancient skies. More cultural, astronomical, religious information that we have to be aware of. And once again, this is a very good one by Anthony F. Avini, Skywatchers of Ancient Mexico. This is out of the University of Texas Press. Another 300-page book on the religious implications of what the monuments are telling us from antiquity. And what they're telling us is our home is not just this earth. It involves understanding the cosmos above us. The ancients did not have television and video games to distract them. They looked at the sky. They based their reality upon the whole cosmos. It's very important to understand. Another very astonishing text discussing the art and the aspects of carving the monuments and the artwork in the phenomenal frescoes that we find in Mesoamerica is The Blood of Kings, Dynasty and Ritual in Mayan Art. This is again by Linda Sheely and Mary Allen Miller. A huge, brawling text of the most phenomenal art and the analysis of the art and the culture and the hieroglyphs and their meanings that you can ever discover. Phenomenal text. Another 400 pages of reading. Here's another one. I'm not done yet. Don't take a break and go up and get your bowl of popcorn just yet. I hope you got it before you sat down and listened to this, because I am nowhere near done yet. Ivan Van Sertima. They came before Columbus, discussing the ideas of diffusionism. Still another text. Well, this is interesting. This is Graham Hancock. He's controversial. This is Heaven's Mirror, what he has done, and it is a stunning, beautiful photographic text. Really phenomenal photographs. He has traveled the world over. He has found throughout many ancient civilizations these ideas of astronomical alignments. The importance of science, astronomy, writing, literature, philosophy, ritual in the ancient civilizations. He shows that Mesoamerica is but one small part of the puzzle of the larger world civilization anciently. Very interesting stuff. He gives it a much broader context than we have. And of course, as an overall basis, these guys started this idea of showing that the ancient civilizations really were far more interested in astronomy and ritual than we ever suspected, and it is built into their stories, their legends, their religion. In order to understand the ancients, we have to begin to think like them if we want to understand them. That's Hamlet's Mill, Giorgio Santiana and Hertha von den Schend. Very good book. And, of course, one of the granddaddies of them all, anybody who studies Mesoamerican studies. Richard Hansen, the Mesoamerican archaeologist, told me in person when I visited him. He told me to get this book if I really wanted to understand the Mesoamerican way of life, philosophy, religion, literature, so on and so forth. The Ancient Maya by Robert J. Scherer. This is an essential text to read. This 5th edition, I want to show you this. This 5th edition, this updated 5th edition, is 900 pages. It's a huge, brawling book. Phenomenal text.